this is for adults. This is not for children. Why is it not for children? And I don't mean adults by age only. I mean people that are adult-minded and people that know how to be adults. Because if a person is still a selfish, self-centered person that only cares about himself, they're not going to ever care enough about intimacy to the extent of turning it into something holy. Even if they're married, even if they're 50 years old, if they're not going to treat their morality as something more than just an animalistic act, none of this is ever going to be relevant to them. None of this is ever going to help them. Morality is a very, very fundamental topic in the Torah. Immorality is even more significant because you could take something that's permitted and turn it into something that's forbidden. And needless to say, if you don't have knowledge of the law, or you don't even have knowledge of the right hashkafa, you could literally start calculating things yourself and start doing things that are completely forbidden. Nobody can find his evil. Everyone is looking, but nobody can find him. So he figures, since he wants to be holy, since he doesn't want to get a divorce and just marry anybody, he doesn't want to marry the shark, and nobody else is available other than the shark. So he thought, he has a good idea. Maybe I could just get a prostitute. Why not? Wasn't that the way of the world in the past? Yes, the way of the Reshaim in the past. It's also the way of the Reshaim today. And that's why Shlomo HaMelech says, someone that goes with a prostitute will lose all of his money. Meaning it's not only that you are with somebody that you're forbidden to be with. If she's a Jew, then she's Nida, so that's Isur Karet. If she's a non-Jew, then it's Isur Goya, then it's another Karet. And if that's not enough, you're also wasting seed and lost your Olam Haba. Unless you do Teshuvah, you'll end up losing all of it. Why? Because that's what Torah says. So that logic of I need to relieve myself, don't use it. Why? Because the human logic is not Torah logic. And that's why it's very, very important to bring these shurim and bring them with a little bit of oomph to give you guys a few goosebumps here and there, because if you don't understand the significance of this stuff, you're simply just not going to do it. I had another young man who was very upset because he thought that saying the Tehillim that Rabbi Nachman Breslev said, the Tikkun HaKlali, was simply going to fix everything. Meaning he's going to sin for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And then he says a few Tehillim and gone. But then he heard me say that just doesn't exist. Why? Because the Tikkun HaKlali is there to wake your heart up to desire to do Teshuvah. To desire to do Teshuvah. That's what the point of Tikkun HaKlali is. It's not Teshuvah itself. If you were with a prostitute like the first guy wants to be, or you cheated on your wife with her best friend, or you committed some type of LGBTQ crime, or you did some other heinous crime that is mentioned in Parashat Kedoshim, then saying some Tehillim is just simply not going to cut it. It's just simply not enough. Just like if somebody said, listen, I'm going to murder, rape, steal, but then I'm going to say 10 Tehillim, and that's going to solve all my problems because somebody told me that, this is just going to get everything fixed. At the best case scenario, this is for someone that's already holy, already protects his bleat, already protects herself, there's no issues, but something happened at night unintentionally while they were sleeping. This is a tikkun for those sparks of kedusha that left, to try to rectify them. That, yes, that's unintentional. But if you were looking at all types of immodesty and immorality all day, then as the Gemara in Masechet Avodah Zarah says, be careful what you see in the morning, because if not, evil will come to you at night. If you're looking at evil in the morning, then of course, you are the cause of the evil that comes to you at night. And the evil that comes to you at night is wasting seed. So it is your fault. But if you protected your eyes all day, and all night, and all of last week, and all of last month, and all of last year, and you're doing it for a long time, and something ends up happening anyway, then Tikkun HaKlali is relevant to you. If you're not at that point, then the Tikkun HaKlali can still help you by helping you get your heart to desire to do Teshuvah. Now he thought, oh, I'm doomed then. I don't have all the money in the world. I don't have $1 million to fix all of my sins, so I'm doomed. He said, no. Why? Because Teshuvah and the Tikkun are two different things. Doing Teshuvah is stop the sin. Don't repeat it. Make a fence to make sure that you don't go to the places or hang out with the people or talk to the people or look at the things you did that caused you to sin. Say I'm sorry to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Pray, tears, cry. Do all of those steps of Teshuvah. So a person needs to understand, just like I mentioned in last week's shiur, the most important part is what you can do now. What can you do now? Teshuvah. Everyone can do Teshuvah now. Why? That's a decision. As far as tikkun, that depends on what you can handle, how much you can afford, what's your budget like, what's your spiritual pocket look like. You may have a very big bank account, but your spiritual pocket's very small because you have a big yetzirah for money. Either way, Teshuvah doesn't require money. Teshuvah is simply stopping the sin. When the person starts thinking of it as just a money fix, then first of all, you're thinking maybe of Christianity and Catholicism, because for them it's money fixes. In Judaism, it's not a money fix. The fix is Teshuvah. Teshuvah is free. Teshuvah is your decision of how you're going to live your life. As far as tikkun, that, again, can be free or it can cost money. It depends which one you want to do. But that you don't have to do. You should do it if you can, but you don't have to do it. It just depends where you want it to hurt. You want it to hurt here for the mistakes of the past, or you want it to hurt over there. There it's going to hurt because it's going to hurt, not because of your pocket. You're going to hate your pocket and whatever you left in this world, if you have anything left in this world, and you didn't use it for that.
One of the things that I've been speaking against over the last several years, that's mamash the Satan himself attacking Am Yisrael with cash advance.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
They are part of creating the next Holocaust that's coming to America.
How to spot the criminal, how to spot the crooks that are misleading communities. What does the Talmud hint about social media and its harms to relationships? If you are one of these new Jewish podcasters, this section is for you.
Chachamim, not only did they say that wigs are not good, but it can cause harm to the whole nation.